So final part of this lesson, federalism, is decentralization. Decentralization of India. As the word itself says, it is decentralization. The power which is concentrated in one part that has divided and given to the second part. And as we were having a discussion in 1947, when the constitution was getting written there, we have taken only two-tier system. In two-tier system, it is in 47 we had two tiers, one at the central and one at the state. But as we can see, each state is so very large in our country, even today when you are talking. For example, it is Maharashtra, whatever the state we have now, it is as large as one country, Germany. Germany, it is such a large country, and there they have the tier system, and here we are dividing the system into the whole of India, and Maharashtra is given only one tier, that is state. So the state is having one tier. It is not possible that you can reach to the very interior level or the rural parts of the country and go with the welfare and go with the needs, solving the problems and go with the needs of those. It is very difficult. For example, like it is your Madhya Pradesh also, it is larger than Russia. Russia is a country and it had many levels. Now Madhya Pradesh is given only one level there. Central level India is given, state level Madhya Pradesh is given. Is it really very feasible and very comfortable for us to go with the rules and regulation, formation of the rules and regulations? Because we had one more problem. It is the problem when British left us from here, we were so totally onto the zero level. Economically we were lower down, culturally we were little affected, everything, social economic status was coming down, everything. We have to raise that one. For that the single tier was not enough, the state tier was not enough. Then we felt a responsibility or need for that one. In 1992 we felt like going with making one more tier. Before we were having in every of the village and small localities or the units, we were having the panchayat system. But the panchayat system was not having a regular election. It was not having a direct connection with the state. The funding was not given to that one because it is just a system and we were just following it, but it is not elected and it is not a registered system. We used to have that. Now when the country was growing, we were going into modernization, we were going with so many of developments and all. In 1992 we felt like registering this third tier to be the effective one and to be the constitutional point there. Then we thought of it as local tier, the third tier. And we have introduced that one, where this third tier will be having compulsory elections, regular elections. Even those will, as the central is having, the state is having, even the third tier will be having the elections. We keep on listening to municipality elections have come. So the mayor elections have come. So that way it has become a mandatory. The rule here, amendments went on with, and it has mandatory compulsory that the election should be held at a regular interval. And it is as same as the state and central, the same way the local one also will be having the elections. Reserved seats for SCs and STs and other backward classes. The seat should be reserved, and we have some of the constituencies reserved for the called as reserved constituency. Means here in that constituency, SC and SC people are in a larger, they are in majority, and we want one authority, the leader from that locality only, so that he understands the problem of those people better. So we want those people to stand there. So we call some of the constituencies as reserved constituencies, and in the whole of the seats also we have reserved some seats for the SC and ST categories. So that also has been amended, and in the very lower level also it has been amended. And that is the first part we have to think about when we are talking about decentralization. We have the central one given a power. The responsibilities are higher. From there we have taken some of the responsibilities and given to the state level. From there again we have taken some of the responsibilities and given to the third level, that is local level. Where we feel that it is the third level can take the responsibilities of the lower level or the rural areas, it can go into the interior part, because the municipalities are very small when compared to your states. In states we have many of the divisions going on. So accordingly we have so many constituencies, so we want every constituency should have one representative, and that representative will take care about that particular constituency, so it becomes easier for the state to go with any of the developmental policies or the procedures. 1/3 of all the positions reserved for women. we have even taken care, the women are also given equal importance. As according to our culture, India, women were not that very given importance here. So we wanted, as we are giving the importance to SC and ST, the same way the women also should be uplifted. So 1/3 seats are given to the women, are reserved to the women in all the three categories. An independent state election commission created to conduct the panchayat and municipal elections. Election commission plays a very vital role when the elections are being conducted. And we wanted to see that a small election commission has been created so that it takes care about the municipal and panchayat elections. A separate one. At the very higher one, we have an election commission, but we want to see that it is very nicely taken care of, because the central one cannot take care of the lower one. So we thought of the third tier. The same way we wanted a small election commission also, a separate independent one, so that it can take care of the elections of the very lower level, third level. The state and the local government share some powers and revenues. So we have the revenues being created. Where are the revenues coming from? From the state. Where is the revenue coming for the central? So there is no particular revenue. When you say every state, we have the 30 states having their own revenue system or the tax system. So how is the money going to the central? So the money is been shared. A part of your state revenue is sent off to the central so that it goes on with other responsibilities, financial responsibilities, and a part of the state revenue will be sent off to the local also to go on with its developmental activities at the very lower level. So this comes to an end with your chapter. This is federalism. And in federalism, we have gone through, it is horizontal, vertical, then we have gone with the list, then we have gone with the policies and all, then at the last we have gone with the decentralization part. When you're talking about these all parts, whatever the other points we have talked about, everything one way or the other, it is decentralization only. The powers are divided and every department has to work accordingly. So it is a kind of decentralization. So decentralization means it is when we have a power, it is being divided, the powers are being divided, and these all things are for the sake of welfare of the country, so that the policies whatever are being formulated can be carried on very properly.